The world starts to fade as we leave it behind. Together, amazing. Together, we're lazy. Together, we'll go all the way. Together, I'll cry with you. Together, I'll die with you. Together, we'll go all the way. Together we'll go all the way. Together we'll go all the way. Together we'll go all the way. I get out of bed at 10:30, phone up a friend who's a party animal, turn on the news and drink some tea. Maybe if you're with me, we'll do some shopping. One day I'll read or learn to drive a car. If you pass the test, you can beat the rest. But I don't like to compete or talk street, street, street. I can pick up the best from the party animal. I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried, and I could. And left to my own devices, I probably would. Pick up a brochure about the sun, learn to ignore what the photographer saw. I was always told that you should join a club, stick with the gang if you want to belong. I was a lonely boy, no strength, no joy, in a world of my own, at the back of the garden. I didn't want to compete or play out on the street or in a secret life. I was a rented general. I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried, and I could. And left to my own devices, I probably would. Left to my own devices, I probably would. Oh, I would. I was faced with a choice at a difficult age. Would I write a book or should I take to the stage? But in the back of my head I heard distant feet, Che Guevara and Debussy to a disco beat. It's not a crime when you look the way you do, the way I like to picture you. When I get home, it's late at night, I pour a drink and watch the fight. Turn off the TV, look at a book, pick up the phone, fix some food. Maybe I'll sit up all night and day, waiting for the minute I hear you say, I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you we try not to break our hearts and make it so hard for ourselves? You lock your letters in a box and you hid them again. I go on better. I'm indebted to a contact magazine. Tell me why don't we try not to break and